Giants beat reporter Paul Schwartz has been doing it a long time for the New York Post, and he joins us now. Paul, thanks for joining us. Whose decision will this be with that number 2 pick overall in the building?
Hey, Dan. It's the Giants always work in a system where the general manager has final say. But as John Mara, the co-owner, always reminds everybody, it's ownership that really has final say. So a 6th round, 7th round pick for a linebacker or a cornerback, the general manager will have final say, no question. For the second pick in this draft, it will be Dave Gettleman's decision with a nod to ownership to say, okay, yes or no.
When do you think you'll get a better sense of who the Giants are taking?
What time will the second pick be on Thursday night, 8:30 maybe? I think I have a decent sense. I can't say set in stone sense, but, look, with the second pick, there's only one guy they can't pick, right?
Yes. But do you feel, let's say we're betting a week's pay. You put up a week's pay on who you think they're taking.
My week's pay or your week's pay?
Your week's pay.
Oh, my week's pay. Okay, so I can roll the dice here.
Yeah.
I don't think they're taking a quarterback. I've maintained for a while that they don't feel these quarterbacks are worth that number 2 pick. Nobody they love. So if I would have to bet a week's pay, I would say Saquon Barkley. They love the guy. They think he can help rejuvenate Eli Manning's career. And let's not forget, their head coach is an offensive guy, Pat Shurmur, who loves running backs who can catch the ball.
How much do you factor in Eli Manning's future feelings with whoever you take?
I think you factor in everything, and yes, but let's face it, they are committed to Eli. So I don't think they're factoring in Eli's feelings as far as if we take a quarterback at number 2, now Eli's going to be hurt by this. Look, they hurt Eli big time last year by saying you're not playing in the second half, and he said no thanks, and he was benched, and his 210-game consecutive starting streak ended. But they are committed to him. Dave Gettleman is new. Pat Shurmur is new. They both reviewed all these tapes and films and said, we can go forward with Eli. So what I think the factor is with Eli is they want to enhance everything around him. They've improved the offensive line with Nate Solder. Now if they can get him this stud running back, Odell Beckham comes back, now you've got a pretty good offense cooking.
Des Bryant factor into this at all?
No, he does not. I don't believe they're interested in Des Bryant, even though they've cut Brandon Marshall. One did not have anything to do with the other.
I looked at the Giants, and I agree with you. I think Saquon Barkley makes the most sense because this is a team that was built to win last year, failed miserably with injuries. But, I still look at them, and you put Barkley in that lineup, and I got all my skill position guys, aside from my quarterback, under the age of 25. I'm good to go as long as that defense can kind of hold up its end of the bargain. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I agree totally. Look, put it this way. Let's face it. Odell Beckham played 5 games last year, or 4 games, and was not really himself in any of them. So you are adding this great receiver to the offense. That exponentially improves the whole offense. So put it this way. You have Odell Beckham lined up wide on one side. You can put Barkley anywhere. You can put him in the backfield, in the slot, out wide. So you pick your poison dealing with those 2 guys. And, oh, by the way, Sterling Shepard running around in the slot, and Evan Engram, who's one of the better pass-catching tight ends already in the league, with an improved offensive line. Yes, I think, look, there was malpractice what they did to Eli last year with that offense around him. And so now you give him all these weapons, I think you'll see a much different Eli Manning.
Man, and then you have new ownership, or a new front office here, and you know that this is the lying season. The last couple of weeks has been the lying season. Like, nobody wants to tell you the truth, but I give the Giants credit that they haven't really shown anything here. How does that differ from other years with the Giants?
Well, in the past, sometimes you could get some leaks, not from Jerry Reese, the general manager, but around them that kind of gave you a sense. But I think Dave Gettleman has given some clues. He has put such a high premium on this number 2 pick, saying it has to be a guy you can visualize wearing a gold jacket, meaning being a Hall of Famer, and it has to be a guy who is not only worth the second pick in this draft, but in any draft. And by those measurables, I don't think they're looking at quarterbacks in that realm. They're looking at Bradley Chubb in that realm, Saquon Barkley in that realm, Quentin Nelson in that realm, although I do not think they will take a guard number 2. So they want a guy who is going to be a great player with almost no ifs and buts. And they don't look at the quarterbacks, in my view, as that guy.
Any chance they trade? Gettleman doesn't have a history of doing this, but any chance that 2 pick is for sale?
Yeah, Gettleman in 5 years with the Panthers has never traded down, but he's also never had the second pick. I think there is a chance, yes. I think if Sam Darnold is not taken number 1 and now teams are ravenous to go up and get Sam Darnold, I think Gettleman would entertain a trade down, but not too far. I don't think he would go all the way down to 12 with the Bills, but if there's a double jump there and he can go down to 4, 5, or 6 and get Barkley, Chubb, or Nelson, and also get an extra first round and a second round pick out of it, then you're golden. Then I think he does it.
Paul, great stuff. We'll be reading in the Post here as we lead up to the draft, and I think you're right. We're probably not going to get a sense what the Giants are doing until they're on the clock. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime. Thank you, Dan.
That's Paul Schwartz, the Giants beat writer for the New York Post.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.